There are all kinds of things in the world today. Some are pretty dumb, but others okay. But nothing compares to the things back in my day.
Invasion of the muscle things. They've come to drive America nuts. They're ugly, they're weird, they're tiny, they're terrible.
I went down to toy aisle at Toys R Us and I was looking at all the toys and I was like, man, what a bunch of puny ass, linguini-wristed, pansy ass freaking toys that these kids are playing with. Back in my day, we had muscle men.
Yeah, back in our day, not only were the toys better, this is one example of probably many toys you will see on this show.
Oh, many
toys, because the toys were so much better back in my day. The toys you guys have now, I mean, just trash for the most part.
Cheap plastic.
Pretty much.
These things, you could run them over with a car, and these things will just not even move. In fact, your car might break.
Your car might break if you run over a muscle man. Might get a little punctured tire from his tail or his claws right there and shit.
Exactly.
Rawr.
You have to get a front end alignment.
Exactly. You run over, they'd be all running over muscle man and shit. No, muscle man. These things were they came over from Japan. There was a wrestling comic series, cartoon series out there, and for whatever reason, we never got the cartoon, but we got the toys, and kids just went apeshit over these toys back in the 80s, you know, the mid to late 80s.
I didn't know what they were. I just knew that they looked cool.
You knew you had to have them.
I knew I had to have them.
You knew you had to have them.
Because the kid next door to me, the kid directly next door to me had a bunch of them, and I'd go over there and be like, well, what are those? These are Muscle Man. I'd never seen them before. And I was like, I gotta have those. You know, I never had the ring or any of the accessories that go with it, but, you know, I had the whole freaking little area on my shelf devoted to these things.
Well, dude, one of the cool things about these toys was they were cheap. You know, your parents were more apt to be like, fine, get it, just shut up, because it was cheap. You know, it didn't cost a lot of money back then.
Hey, come on, you're crazy for these as a kid. I mean, you got guys with monkey faces, with elephant faces, with tentacles, with arms, giant golem-like freaking creatures.
Turtle.
Yes.
Geometric shapes. And
you have one guy who's a hand, and a three-fingered hand, and he's got a face on his finger.
Hand. With a face on his finger.
Well, three-finger hand and a thumb.
This is what's called the claw. This is not this particular variant. Is one of the rarer figures, I guess. There was actually a board game to this line of toy here. There was a board game, and there was a couple of exclusive figures in there. And really, by exclusive, it would just meant different colors. And I believe, man, don't quote me wrong, I think the purple hand is the one that's rare. The one that came in the board game, I believe. There was 240, 60, something like that, muscle men. There was actually a mail-away poster. There was a ring. You know, you could attach these guys in the ring, make them fight. There was a championship belt holder you could do. There was a 10-pack of muscles that actually came in a little trash can. Unfortunately, I don't have those. All I have is the 5-pack here. Still unpunched too. That's a collector's wet dream. But they made different, I don't want to call them different series, because all they did was change the color.
It's basically a way to squeeze more money.
That's exactly what it was.
Without actually having to create more molds and put the time and effort.
That's exactly right. All they did was they took the same materials they were using and then put different dyes in it to make it different colors. And then, of course, you see them like, oh my God, those are red, I need them. Oh my God, those are purple, I need them. But you know, Muscle Man, and
of course, when something becomes that popular, you know, you get the knockoffs.
There's a couple of ways to tell if you're getting an authentic Muscle Man, and one of those is on every single authentic Muscle Man. There's a stamp, YSNT. These knockoffs, you know, on the back it says Hong Kong on it. I think these were probably found in like those quarter machines. You know, bug your parents for a quarter, go get a Muscle Man. So. But this is just one example of why shit was better back in my day. Toys.
It's raining men.
Hallelujah.
It's raining men.
Pick that one up. And there was an NES game.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
How many can you capture?